We have Baton Rouge, Louisiana's own joining me here on the show here today. Sports hip hop with DJ Mad Max, Light 265, iHeartRadio. One of the nicest MCs in the game for sure. Web Life 4 available on all platforms. Number 37 on the Apple Music charts. How's it going, Tech? How's your day going? How are you enjoying the success of the new album? How's it feeling?
Shit, I'm at home just chilling, still got my robe on and shit. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all having me on this bitch.
Of
I can curse,
course.
right?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, it's
Be your,
up.
be yourself, man. That's the most important thing. You keep it real at all times. From even, I want to get into the track wordplay eventually because that's my favorite off the album. You kept it real right off. There's a couple messages I want to get into, but your post on Instagram just calling out the D Riders yesterday because you're a real person in this industry, and I know all the blog errors out here. They want to bait all these rappers and they're getting them in jail, and even some of them getting led to death, unfortunately, which is crazy. How does it? What does it take to be successful in this industry when you're a real person? Because it is a fake industry.
Shit, it take a lot. You said it yourself, it's a fake industry. You know, that real shit be rare. So like they glorifying that fake shit right now. Like that's what's going on. Like, you know, like that's what they doing. They promoting the fake niggas, they promoting the gay shit, they promoting motherfucking all this wannabe gangster shit, all this shit. Like, man, nigga don't gotta be none of that. You know what I'm saying? Just be yourself, stay true to your art, cause they can't deny real talent, real music. So that's the main thing. Just stay you, stay silent, don't be with all that dick riding. And stay to yourself, cause like I avoid a lot of shit by not going around other rappers and fucking with them and shit. Like, I mean, you know, I'm with working. We're working with everybody or whatever, but like long as it's work, I ain't really on too getting too personal and letting people in my world. I don't be with that shit. I just protect my energy and be in my own little world. Like that's the best advice I could give you if you in this shit.
Wordplay, like I said, I wanted to address this track. You really set the tone of the album off with this one. Made so many enemies. Why do you envy me? When did you start to notice that people started to switch up on you? Because when you're a successful person such as yourself, these people just hate you for no reason.
Shit, I noticed what it was. But like like before a nigga even got famous or even went to taking it out, like talking about it. I knew when I was just there with myself alone in my shit, I'm like, I see what it is, you hear me? Like I see motherfuckers was showing their hand with me before. A lot of people get that shit like, you know, it come to them fast or whatever, so they be having to catch on late and shit and it be blinded and shit. But like I seen before I even really turned up. And that's how it just kept me in my own world, kept me away from people. Like I said, like I don't really be with that shit like socially. I'm not really a social person. I don't really fuck with people. So I just, you know, I caught on to the hate and shit before because before money and anything, whatever, when a nigga ain't had shit, they seen something in a nigga. They just seen it and they ain't have it in themselves. So it made them hate a nigga, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in the business side of things, sign bad deals to get the objective of it. You have your share of the mill
Right.
there. How come some of the OGs in the game in hip hop that have gone through these experiences don't want to share the knowledge to guys such as yourself and the younger artists? Because we can learn from the mistakes.
I feel like a lot of them a lot of them be just like envious too and just, you know, don't want to just give it to the young niggas and let them have their time. And some of them probably just feel like the young niggas ain't gonna listen. Just like in the streets when like old G's and old niggas who was going like meet niggas in jail and older niggas and shit like, man, chill out, bro. Woo woo, y'all niggas ain't ready to do this. I got all this time. This gonna be you if you don't stop and shit. Nigga ain't want to hear that shit. And I feel like it'd be the same way with the industry. Like the old head niggas be knowing, like, man, these young niggas don't want to hear what I got to say, so fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But I wish I had that, you know, somebody to tell me about that shit, but I had to learn myself, signing fucked up deals, like a lot of shit. Like right now, what the fuck? I'm still learning. You hear me? Like this shit I'm in. Like I'm with this asylum shit. They so bullshit. But that's Left Life 4. That's my last project with them, and I'm over. It's over with. Well, it's option, you know what I'm saying? But I'm it's over with me. I'm getting the fuck the show.
After this Asylum deal, now that this is your last project with them, are you looking to just go independent? Because you built the fan base already and the impact is there. Are you going independent?
Yeah, I'm a stay independent for a little while. They showed me that I could do it by myself, because I really did this web life, all the success, everything is happening with it is really off the muscle of me. Like every feature I got on there, it was myself, my own relationships. I ain't getting no posts on the blogs, none of that shit. So me charting the song trending on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? That's just myself and my little small team that I got around me. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the niggas that is featured on it. They help, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, I ain't had none of that shit. These other niggas be having the big blogs post them, the academics, the say cheeses, all that shit. Them niggas ain't support my shit like that. And no shade to them. I fuck with Sean Cotton, you know what I'm saying? He probably ain't see it or whatever. But yeah, I ain't have all that shit, but I don't need it. And I don't
No.
need a label neither, because the label ain't shit but a bank. They just giving you a loan, and with you gonna have to pay that shit back with interest. So that's all it is. A label ain't shit but a bank. You know what I'm saying? So nigga do this shit on their own. It just take a lot of time. It take a lot of money for sure. So you just gotta have, have your bread right, and you can do this shit, bro. So for me, for in the future, I'm gonna try to stay independent for like probably a year and a half, just on some. Cause I like to drop a lot of music. When I'm not dropping music, I be depressed and shit, like for real. And being with a label, they stop that shit. Like you can't really drop until you got all your business shit all the way right. They stop you from dropping. They don't want you to drop right after a project, because they feel like you gonna get in the way of their investment on that project. Like it ain't about the music or nothing to them. It's strictly business. So they take all the fun out of it. So I'm gonna just have me a little more fun, independent for a little while until I run it up how I want, and then fuck it, sign with a major label. And if they sit me up, it's gonna be a big enough bag that I ain't even fucking tripping.
No, and it's
Real
gonna work
shit.
out for you because it already is. And you've
Right.
even spoken about this whole industry stuff before. Is that they look at all these hip hop artists like action figures.
Right. Yeah, they look at a nigga like action figures. Like I was with labels that was telling me beef with niggas, like do this, do that shit. And they weren't looking at it from what I was looking at it from. Cause beef, that's like that shit. Don't nobody really want to do that when you done made it. Like even from both sides, ain't nobody being scared of nothing. It ain't about that shit. Nigga don't want to do that because that shit stop money. It start politics shit. You can't fuck with certain people. It's just a whole lot of shit come around it. But for them, it's more money, more clout, more attention, more fame, more this, the blogs posts. They like that type of shit. Or if you go to jail or if you die, they like all the money left us. Fuck, we ain't gotta make sure it's churn straight, gives people, because he ain't have his contract or he ain't had this shit straight. He ain't know he was finna die, but fuck it, it works out for us. And that's how it be sometimes. I'm looking for wood.
They'll give you the bag, but they won't tell you what to do with it. Now that you've gone through your
Right.
experiences, what do you do with the bag once you get it?
Invest. That's the most important thing you could do. Cause I would say save and all that shit, but every day you got money in the bank, that shit getting lesser and lesser. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so the best thing you could do is invest. When you get your bag, invest that bag into something that you believe in, or get some people around you like a consultant that could help you and tell you about stuff, investments and stuff like that. But the best thing for to do is invest. Because you could be just saving that money, but as you saving, you steady gonna have to spend on bills and life gonna happen. So, like, just you gotta invest that shit. That's the main thing. Just have you a plan, and plan that shit all the way out and invest into the right shit.
Mhm.
So
A few years ago that you were with No Limit, and I heard about you leaving that situation because Master P was like put on the camouflage and rep No Limit, and you feel as though you weren't getting what you wanted to do across. What's your relationship with Master P to this day? Because he gave you some tough love, and he showed you. He said that if these white guys and these corporations are going to jank you, what makes me different?
right. I mean, I salute P for what everything he did. I still fuck with him. We don't
Mhm.
talk no more like that, but it's still love on my end. I don't know how he feel. Only time I really hear from P is when I talk to people that that's associates with both of us, and they'll tell me, you know, some shit he said or how he feel about my career and all this type of shit. But you know, shouts out to P. You ain't know it's still love over here.
Because I remember you talking with him and you wanting to get Maine involved, and he was immediately he fell in love with the music what he was doing because he reminded him of Soldier
Yeah,
Slim.
yeah, that's how it went. That's how it went. But at first, when I first tried to bring Maine, like before I went to jail and shit, he wasn't fucking with Maine. He was like, "Oh, that nigga ugly. He ain't got the image. He ain't got this. He ain't got that. He can rap, but he ain't got that." So boom, when I came home from jail, I told him like, "I'm not coming out there." Like I had so much shit built up, cause P ain't really keep it real with me on the jail shit, but he gonna tell you that before you go to jail. He like, nigga, I ain't with that shit. Josing no nigga, no shit. Like he let a nigga know that. So I ain't expect nothing. But my whole Jose, he's like, I did like 3.5 years, and then he sent me like $500 all together, which was straight. I wasn't tripping because some niggas ain't send me shit. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't tripping. I was happy with and grateful with that. Um, but I just had a lot of shit built up in it, and I just became like all the way a man in jail and shit. And I was like, I ain't coming back around this shit like unless everything line out. Like I'm grown now. I ain't no little kid who just got time to waste and come sleep up in the studio and be chilling all around your shit. I want my own shit. So it was just like, man, I want my dog to come out here with me. We got our own vision. Whatever we got going on, we gonna fuck with you, but you gotta hear me out this time. And that's just what it was. So that after that, when Maine came, once he finally seen Maine or whatever, he was like, man, this nigga remind me of Slim and love this nigga and woo woo woo. And it just instantly went like that. But at first it wasn't that. I'm telling you, it wasn't that. That nigga P ain't see it.
And you really had an eye open experience going out to LA because you were like you saw his house and you're like, damn, this is what I want to be.
Nigga had me in Calabasas
Yeah.
with fucking Kardashians and shit out there, you know? So yeah, I'm looking like, man, what the fuck? Cause man, from my city, a lot of motherfuckers think like it don't get no bigger than Baton Rouge. Oh, that's Louisiana, period. If you from Louisiana, nigga think like it don't get no bigger than Louisiana, and that's why we just be stuck up in this little box in our mind, like type of shit. But it's so much more to the world. Like just going anywhere, seeing the world, seeing different places, traveling, that shit inspire you and just make you like, damn, like this shit, like, you know,
Mhm.
like that should be crazy. And I was seeing that shit at a young age. I got to leave at a young age strictly off of me rapping and shit. So I got to see a lot of shit a lot of niggas didn't see. And I ain't even noticed it was like that until did have to go sit down in jail and shit. Cause like nigga, I be running my EPs and shit. Nigga, the whole motherfucking dorm, everybody in the set, like everybody there just be crowded around me just to listen to what I'm saying, like visioning that shit. Cause they ain't never seen it before or never had even thought about this shit, you know?
No.
So that shit showed me a lot. Like, damn, a lot of niggas don't get this opportunity to even travel. Like that shit a blessing.
Yeah. What are some of the fallouts that you're still noticing from Louisiana, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, the whole area? Because Hurricane Katrina was so devastating to that area. So, what are some of the impacts that you're noticing to this day that's still affecting the people in Louisiana from Hurricane Katrina?
Oh shit. I mean, that shit just gonna all it's scarring. Like it'll never be the same. So, and a lot of people like that shit just put a lot of people behind, and they still trying to get ahead from it. And like it just put my whole state like behind on some shit. Like I feel, and we all just trying to get ahead. You know what I'm saying? That shit just scarring to even think about it. You know.
Yeah.
And it's always every motherfucking year around my birthday. I'm a Virgo year, my birthday in August, so it's motherfucking hurricane season. So you never know when another one gonna come, how bad it's gonna be or what. So shit.
Yeah, that was devastating. It's you
Right.
still see documentaries on it to this day.
Right. Fucking right.
Crazy. But I mean, you've been through a lot throughout your life and hearing about you going to jail and just you describing your time there because you described it as being like a slave because they had you working with a hoe And you've even
Yeah,
described it just being so demeaning, and that there's a jail within a jail in there. So, and then you talk about, because there's
yeah,
what it is, it's all systemic racism. We see what's going on. Prison is the new slavery for sure. But how
right.
deep do you think systemic racism is within these record companies and just the music industry as a whole? Because when you look at it, they trap you into these deals where you don't have the freedom to release what you want to do, your own art and creativity. They jank you out your deals. They're stealing your money. So how deep is
Right.
this systemic racism in the industry in which people don't really speak about?
Hey, bro, that shit deep as fuck. Cause like they found the way. They just found the way to stop niggas from making so much money. They looking like all these stupid ass niggas getting this money off this rap shit. We about to find a way to even make that slavery too with these niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause niggas find way out. Niggas make businesses. Niggas help other people out and this and that. So now they doing shit like they doing this shit with the label, like just trapping you and slaving you in deals. They also hit niggas with the Ricos. They finding all kind of ways. And they every day they just now that we just using this phone and these apps and shit, they making it even worse because it's like you gotta go through them to get on these platforms. So it's like you gotta kind of fuck with them some type of way. Not even if you signed all the way, you gotta fuck with them through distribution. Or like you really like they got shit like TuneCore and shit like that, but they ain't gonna really put you in no good spots. Like I done did good on TuneCore. I did great just for the sake. Like I done seen other people, but that shit like 1 in a million. They know there's only so much you could do. You ain't gonna be able to reach certain platforms. You ain't gonna be able to get too far without them. Cause all this shit is these labels, they got the relationships that you don't have. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. They know what the fuck they doing, bro. They know how to keep a nigga down. And fuck jail, like when I was telling you about that jail shit, man, that shit going on. Like I'm telling that shit to some niggas I know from up north and shit. They couldn't believe it. They like y'all niggas down south really like on some life shit. You know what I'm saying? Like walking
Like the
around like
movie.
really, yeah, like the movie Life. You got your hoe, the fucking man on the horse, like walking the straight line. You out there, bitch, really like making rows to plant your own food and this type of shit. It's like for real. And that shit real. Cause me, I ain't never had no fucking job. So me going to jail doing that shit, I'm like, man, what the fuck? So I really flashed out. Like I threw my hoe down and was like, man, fuck this shit. You do this shit. And nigga like the nigga on the horse, like, who said that, boy? Ooh.
Wow.
And bitch ass niggas so scared, they like, man, take your lick, take your lick. So I'm just like, fuck it, I said it. And they sent me to motherfucking a jail in a jail, like I told you, like some small lit shit. You know what I'm saying? Just your bunk and you got enough room to get down and go piss right there, the toilet right there type shit. So, and I was in that bitch for like 6 months, but at the end of the day, fuck, I stayed in that bitch for the whole summer. So by the time it was time me to go back to work, it was cool. I wasn't tripping. Fuck. Cause niggas was out there really literally passing out in the sun, bro. Like out there really just boom, niggas dropping like that shit, man. That shit get real, man.
And no one reports on it. There's never any report because they cover it up.
Nah. Yeah, they don't give a fuck, man. I know niggas that got killed in that bitch. The people killed them.
Wow.
They family calling up there, trying to bring the news up there, all that. They making it like something else happened. Or he died from some other shit, like that type of shit. They know how to cover themselves up. They gonna protect their own for sure. That
Yeah. Well, we're exposing them here, and they're going to continue to get exposed on platforms like this and just stories
right.
that we hear. And that's why when you see these racist cops held accountable, this is why it's so important to do that, because the accountability factor means everything. But I did want to get into this. I feel like Rockefeller reincarnated. Is it still your goal to own an NBA team? I just saw you walk past a Kobe poster in the background, so it seems like you're a big sports
Yeah, I
guy.
love Kobe. Yeah, he right there,
Yeah, rest in
right
peace to the
there.
Mamba.
Yeah, that was my favorite player for real. But yeah, I used to say that type of shit when I'm on the sports team. I still do. I want to, but that shit be like far fetched. I mean, maybe one day, hopefully. We gonna keep going. We trying to get there.
If you had a
Like,
team of your choice, what would it be for you to own a stake in and become owner of?
I gotta fuck with the home team, man. I gotta get the Pelicans.
The Pelicans.
Yeah, the Pelicans or motherfucking yeah, the Pelicans. I gotta fuck with the home team
Yeah.
for sure.
Get them that ring. Get Zion motivated here. Get you guys that
Yeah,
ring that
man.
you deserve.
Shit, yeah, I see you repping over there. You Saints down.
Yeah, just for you. I always do that for my guests. Wherever they're from, I make sure
Yeah.
to represent.
Oh yeah, where you from though? You
I'm
don't
from
mind me
Connecticut.
asking.
I went out to school in Queens at St. John's in New York, so I rep the tri-state area. But anytime I have a guest on, I always rep where you guys are from.
Yeah, man, I fuck with that. I fuck with that. I love to see it, bro. You know who
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Oh, who that? Who that beat them ain'ts?
Yeah, real shit.
A classic, man. That stuff is classic right there. But even with systemic racism, with you owning a team, we need more diversity in the league, more than just Michael Jordan with the Hornets. Because look at what John Morant's going through right now with the whole gun situation. That's they're judging him because he's black. They're putting
I
the hammer
understand.
down for him on that.
I understand that, bro. They is judging him because he black and doing a lot of shit like that. But at the end of the same time of the day, you know they gonna do that.
Yeah,
So why be stupid? Don't be stupid, bro. Be smart. Like, don't give them a reason to fuck with you. And they done already gave you a warning. I feel like the second time, like the first warning, I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, man, they tripping. They got dude fucked up. Like you could carry, you know, he trying to protect himself. He ain't lose his right to carry. He ain't no convicted felon. He ain't none of this shit. But it's like when you just doing it again, bro, man, that shit just make it hard to just stand behind. I'm gonna stand behind it regardless because I fuck with the young nigga. I like what he doing or whatever. But at the same time, you gotta be smarter, bro. Cause man, let the motherfucker give me 200 million. Nah, I never listen to a rap song a day in my life, nigga. I'd be riding around this bitch bumping gospel. I wouldn't make a rap song. I wouldn't do shit. I wouldn't give a fuck. Or if I did make it, I'd never put it out. Like I'll walk straight. Cause it's
yeah,
like, nigga, I made it. I made it to this point, bro. And there's so many people that want to be in your position and want to have this type of shit. And you know what I'm saying? You got it. You can't play with it. You got to take that shit and make shit right. Make it better for the young niggas that's just like you, that bump music and hold guns and this. Show them that shit ain't what's down. Go do this. Get you a bag, bro. Cause a lot of niggas get money and go backwards. I don't get it. Like, why? Like, why the fuck you gonna get money and now you thugging? For what, nigga? The object is to stack and get the fuck, nigga, away from this shit. Nigga, I don't want to be no gangster. I don't want to be going to jail, putting my life in jeopardy, being away from my family and my kids and all this bitch ass shit for trying to be a gangster and a thug and all that shit. Nigga, I did that. See, that's how you know niggas who ain't never do it. The niggas that be trying to do it right now. See, I've been thugging since I was motherfucking could remember since I became a teenager. So it's like all that shit, like clubbing, thugging, staying out, clutching guns, shooting out, you know, shootouts, trapping, all that type of shit. I already did that shit. So it's like that shit, I'm burnt out on that shit. Like nigga trying to learn some other shit. And like these other niggas, they that shit just getting it's so exciting to them because they just start doing it.
yeah,
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, my nigga. Fuck that
exactly.
shit, man. We trying to make it out, man. We trying to make it out and bring some more people out that shit. You
Yeah.
going backwards. What the fuck is wrong with niggas?
Crazy. Yeah, you want to get out of the any situation that you're in that isn't benefiting you. You want to go to
Right.
the upper echelon, make it out, be successful. That's the whole point. And just with thinking about it with your career, because you recognized it that you can give people the both sides because you recognize that people rap about the same topics today, the women, cars, the same thing over and over. What made you want to take the poetic route? Because I've heard you cite people like Kendrick and J. Cole as you kind of wanting to take that route as in your catalog.
Yeah, J. Cole like my top three. It's just like I don't know. Where I'm from, that's what we do. We glorify murder. We do that. Like that shit just even me, I ain't gonna stunt like I ain't did it before. I don't still do it because people gravitate to that shit. They like that shit more than you talking me being smart and saying some real shit. They love a nigga acting dumb or saying some dumb shit or talking about killing or this and that. Me wanting to do that is just cause it's so much more shit to life than just that type of shit. Hoes, guns, money. It's a lot of shit. Like it's a lot of shit in life. So I just be telling my story and a lot of people relate to it, you know what I'm saying? And from me listening to people like J. Cole and shit like that, that just made me wanna try myself, like to see, get out of my zone. Cause it was at one point, nigga, I was on some straight Boosie shit, like straight Boosie head. You know what I'm saying? Because Boosie the one who really made me start wanting to make music. So when I made music a lot, when I first started, a lot of the shit was like similar to Boosie. Like in my mind, I was in the booth. I was what Boosie say type
Yeah.
shit. But then it was like, man, now I got when I found myself as an artist, like I gotta tell my story. I gotta, you know what I'm saying, challenge younger artists under me, make them wanna know and know that niggas in Baton Rouge, they got lyricists come from down here too. They got niggas, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to, up that shit. And it ain't just about no guns, this type of shit. It's more shit to life, bro. You just gotta live it. And that go back to me traveling at an early age and doing this type of shit because I got to see other shit.
Exactly. And it's going on all around the industry. And shout out to you wanting to showcase that you're a true artist with the lyricism, that there's other artists out here doing it. Because New York, I said it, the whole industry sounds like Atlanta, and they're trying to make everyone sound the same, beef with each other. Because you've said it in the past that how come hip hop's the only genre that has diss songs? Country doesn't, they
Right.
don't diss each other. And like, what would even a country diss song even sound like? Like, you can't
Real
even
sound
imagine
like
it.
what the fuck? Like they don't got none of that shit. Like why just in rap, hip hop, we the only ones tear each other down, diss each other. We in competition. They got niggas like academic posting other niggas numbers, this numbers, want a nigga to like battle for this shit.
Toxic.
Taylor Swift don't got a battle with no other bitch. She ain't beefing with no other bitch on motherfucking Billy Ray Cyrus. I'm not really a country fan, so that's the only nigga I can think of when it comes to country. He's not dissing no nigga or getting on no interview talking about no nigga for the blogs to post them or whatever. They still gonna support his album. Like he don't gotta do that shit. Like we gotta do that shit. And that's
Yeah.
still like a slavery mentality. That's why the label like we could really slave these niggas. Cause look at what they doing. They got the house niggas, they got the field niggas, and they all against each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could use this shit to our advantage. Let's keep them. Let's keep this shit hot. Let's keep it what it is. Like let's glorify this murder. When this nigga die, like you know what I'm saying. That shit be man. That shit fugazi. A lot of times I really wanted to stop fucking with this shit because it go against just everything I stand for. But it's like I feel like I gotta continue to do it and don't stop because I'm just one of them ones like the real show people like the real shit rap. Like you ain't got a dick pull, you ain't gotta try to beef with no nigga. You ain't gotta do nothing but stay you and stay true to yourself and to your music and believe in yourself. And everybody else gonna fall in line.
And you're starting to see it now, and you've been seeing it for years. You've been putting in the work for over 10 years now. What's kept you encouraged all along? Because you've been on a long journey, and as Nipsey said, it's not a race, it's a marathon. So
It's a
how have you stayed
marathon.
encouraged?
Bitch is not a race. Fuck the fans, they keep me going.
Mm,
Like I like the web like folk, bro. I've been through so much shit trying to get this shit done. Like I told you with the label shit, with like all kind of shit, regular life shit. And it's just so many times I was like, man, fuck this shit. Fuck that project. Just let them put it out. I don't even care. I don't care what it do, what it did, whoa, whoa, whoa. But once it really came out, it just gave me motivation. The reaction that the fans gave me and shit, that shit kept me going, like kept me wanting to go. Like, oh no, you ain't done yet, bitch. They fucking with this. And it's like so much shit was against me with dropping this project, but it still came out and they loving it. It's charting. I'm trending on shit. It's doing great. It's doing better than what I thought. Like I was like, fuck it. I didn't care. Cause it was so much with the label wanting me to sign these get these producer agreements, artist agreements, and everybody else had to get paid before I get paid. So it's hard to keep motivation when the bitch is not even paying you for your work. You know what I'm saying? But still, nigga gotta still keep motivating, still stay solid. It's about the fans, the happiness, the like people telling me how much a song touched them and how shit get them through life and shit like that. That shit keep a nigga going for real. Cause it's like it means something to these people. Like that shit means something for real. They believe in this shit for real.
Web Life 4, you mentioned that you're done with Asylum after this. What's the update on the project with Jackboy? Because did hear that you were having a project release with him.
Yeah. Yeah, we about to drop on. We gonna drop another single off. We dropped one single, "Stand on Business," is on
That's right.
YouTube, like a 500,000 right now. But we about to drop another one on the 27th. You the only one I'm telling this to know this right now. We dropping on 27th this month, and it is Presidential Cemetery. Me and Jackboy, that bitch gonna go so hard. It's just like and I got this shit going on while that shit about to come right behind it. Then I'm gonna come behind that. So I'm about to fuck them up and tell them, then man come home this year. So we gonna fuck them up.
Yeah, free Maine. I'm looking forward to you
Yeah,
guys getting back together, dropping the music. But you're right up there with the legends in your home state with Boosie, Kevin Gates, Cash Money. They inspired you as well. But
fucking right.
Dondre, when you look at Dondre and then Meezy, Lil Fat, you're right up there with all your inspirations.
Real shit. Yeah, RP Lil Dundre, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Click type boy shit. Boy, what you know about that,
yeah.
man? For real.
You
But
got
yeah,
that
that's
right.
my dog right there. RP Lil Dundre, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's good to be up here with the legends and shit. You know?
Hmm.
It just be like, where I'm from, them bitches don't really give you your flowers till it's too late. So,
It's a
they
shame.
don't tell a nigga that shit, but I know what it is. They know what it is. We all know. Nigga been putting this shit down and staying silent and never stopping. So yeah, they know a nigga a legend. They know a nigga up there.
100%. And you also have some work with Ethica. Shout out to Ethica. I've done some work with their artist, Paperboy Casino, B Sim. You got some merch on the way.
Yep, I got my own ethical boxes about to drop.
Fire.
Them luau bitches, he's gonna have, man, he's gonna have them bitches so pressure. You know they my favorite color purple. You know they purple. That bitch got the little welcome to Baton Rouge sign on them, got the spider chain on them. Like them bitches, they gonna be, I think they gonna be the hardest ethical boxes that ever drop.
CEO Spider Gang.
Yeah, for
You,
sure.
you already know we're spreading that. What are you doing as far as giving back? Because I know you give back all the time. So what are some upcoming drives that you're doing in the near future? I know school's going to be going back in 3 months after summer, but what are some things you got planned for giving back?
Yeah, for sure. I'm nigga gotta fuck with a school drive or some shit. I was doing a turkey drive in my hood. I was fucking with that. I gotta start that back up, do that shit again. It's just been a lot. Like over the last year, I ain't do really no give back shit. Yeah, I ain't get to do no shit last year. But this year I'm for sure back in and I'm gonna fuck with it. It was just too much going on. I couldn't really I was, you know what I'm saying, discombobulated for real. But for sure, I'm gonna start back with the web giving turkey giveaway and the back to school shit. Cause gotta give back
Yeah.
to especially
Eh,
where we come from and shit.
Yeah, you got it, and you know the importance of it because it's going to pay dividends for you. But I remember reading about your Chevrolet Corvette. You totaled the
Yeah.
car, man. Like, how much of a resemblance did you notice with Kanye's story with that? Because he also had that bad car accident when he was on the way up there.
Shit. I ain't have to rap through the wire. I know that.
Yeah.
It was just it was a fucking lesson and a blessing at the same time because I could have died. If the motherfucking I'm so happy that Corvettes put their engine in the trunk because I ran dead smack into a tree. Like the tree was like down there to the windshield of that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So they said if the motor was in the front, the whole car would have blew up. I would have died. But I came out that bitch, I was straight. I just my shoulder and my back was a little sore and shit, but I was good. It's just that shit was a lesson learned, bro. That was a hellified crazy ass day right there. Cause I did a lot of shit I can't even speak on this shit.
Yeah, no,
That
don't get yourself. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be the one to bait you here. Leave that for
yeah,
Vlad.
bro. And look, yeah, I respect it. I appreciate interviewers like you, my nigga, who just really just, is genuine. It ain't no trying to get a nigga to say nothing crazy or start no beef or get a nigga locked up. Cause the nigga Vlad, I know I probably wouldn't go back on that show because man, I was fresh home on parole, first interview with Vlad. I don't
And
know
he was
nothing
asking
about
you how
no
you were out of
motherfucking
state,
interview.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he first asked me, "Are you still on parole?" Right? I'm like, "Yeah." I'm not paying attention to what is going. I'm just so excited to be on the show, so I'm on this shit. So I'm like, "Yeah." Woo, woo. He like, "Yeah." Well, you out here in Houston. You stay in Houston now. So how does that work? Like, you don't get in trouble for that and shit. And at the time, I was on parole from my grandma's house, who I don't even be there. I just whenever I know the PO come and check on the nigga and shit, I go down there and do this. But I was trying to stay away from Baton Rouge and shit. So that shit kind of like if they would have seen that shit, it would have started some shit. Thank God they didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that nigga fucked up.
Culture vulture. He's toxic. I don't know why people keep going on his platform. He stinks. But in
Fucking
other ways,
stink.
but you've ain't no coming down, go crazy. You've come a long way, and you just preaching about even when beefs do come up, you're big on fans. Don't split between one artist and the other. You should rock with the artist no matter what, even if you're going in
Right.
between. Go sign with the other ones.
Right. That's what I always tell the fans because music ain't never did nobody nothing. For real. Like, like people be around me and shit, they'll be like, oh, I don't want to play nobody you beefing with or this or that. I'm like, I don't give a fuck who you play. If the song go hard, I'm gonna bump that bitch because the music ain't do me nothing. Like I love music. I'm a student of the music, so I ain't on no shit like that. And I don't think no fan should be doing no shit like that. Cause like, what the fuck? Y'all not really spending or in it. Like y'all not. Why would you ride for some people who don't even know you or wouldn't ride for you? And you got your own shit going on. So just use the music as motivation. If you getting anything else from the music other than motivation or helping you through a hard time and this that type of shit, if you getting a feeling or want to do some other shit, man, you bumping the wrong shit anyway.
Yeah,
You gotta watch what you putting in your ears, what you know what I'm saying? What type of energy you feeding off of. Simple.
you got that right, man.
Cause
Web Life 4.
I don't listen to that type of shit. I be riding around, I ride around to some fucking Key Sweat R&B shit.
Okay, like Twisted,
Yeah, like
Nobody, the
Twist.
classic R&B.
Yeah, that motherfucking what's that bitch? That bitch we always to. How deep is your love? That's that bitch.
Okay, yeah, that's one of
Yeah,
key first. There's a right way and a wrong way.
yeah. I fuck with all this shit though. I fuck with all kind of R&B, Mary J. Blige, all that shit. I like new R&B people too, like Tim's. I like her music for real. Like that free mind, that bitch used to really free my mind and shit. Get me, through some shit.
Mhm.
Calm me down.
Have you thought about reaching out to like a Keith Sweat or any '90s R&B legend or any R&B artist in general to get a collaboration into? Because that's an interest of
Fuck
yours. That'd
right
be
out, reach
interesting.
out to Sweat, man. Put Keith Sweat on some a hook or something, boy. But I don't think them niggas like them, they don't be into the social media shit. So it ain't as easy as to get in. But if it was a way, if you got a line on them, send it my way. I'm gonna hit that boy up. I'm gonna
Yeah,
try to hit one of his notes on that bitch and let him know. I really been bumping this shit, boy. Get on some shit with me, man, for real. But for real, I'm about to whenever that nigga, I know he going on tour and shit. I'm trying to go there, me and my girl. We trying to go fuck with that.
yeah. When we look at Web Life 4, it's just the messages on that album are so impactful. You speaking about Louis Farrakhan, just everything we talked about earlier on the album. I look at it as one of the top representations for the whole Louisiana because when we look at New York, we think Illmatic. That's the ultimate New York hip hop album. What would you say is the ultimate
Nice.
album for Louisiana? What would you say is Louisiana's Illmatic?
Fuck, that's hard. I probably say, damn, that's hard. Cause if we doing that, we gotta go back to some old shit too. So
The Carter 3, that's a big one.
I swear to God, I was about to say, but I wouldn't say three. I'd say two.
Two, I like two better.
Yeah, I like two. And Wayne, that's my favorite rapper all time, like rapper wise. You know what I'm saying? Wayne, he number one on my list forever. So yeah, I have to go with that. Or like some Soldier Slim shit, years later type shit. But I say that, or if we want to keep it on some BR shit too, Baton Rouge, my city, we gotta say like motherfucking Boosie and Webby ghetto
Yeah,
stores for
yeah.
sure.
Web Life 4 is up there though. You're
Fucking
seeing
right,
the
it's up
impact. You're
there.
seeing the impact.
Yeah, it's up there, man. That's what I want. That's what I want from this shit. I want my shit to be like that for where I'm from. And the young niggas where I'm from to look at that shit like that. So, we making history right now.
You already know.
Right,
That's a
for
fact.
sure.
Tech, I want to thank you for coming on the show here today, man. I had a great time speaking with you. Is there anything else you want to let your fans know that we didn't talk about and touch on?
Just go stream Web Life 4 front to back. Keep running that bitch up, man. I'm telling you, once you look into that shit, you're gonna be hooked and you're gonna stay here. That's every fan, you know, they get stuck in the web, they ain't going nowhere. So yeah, keep on streaming that web like 4. Keep running that shit up. Freely Measy, freely Chunky, free all the real ones. Fuck all the fake niggas. Like that.
You already
For
know,
sure.
man. You already know. Shout out to your
Shout out to
management.
you. For sure. Shout out to my dog Reed, man. Real one. Shout out to you for having a nigga, man. You know, I hope we do some more interviews. You know, you raw with this shit. I fuck with you.
Oh, I appreciate that, Tech, man. It means a lot. Keeping it real, man. That's the most important thing, and being yourself and being a real one out here, because there's not too many like you. It's on two hands, pretty much, when we look at the whole industry of newer
Real shit.
artists nowadays. Being yourself.
Right. So it's all love, bro. Stay up, man.
You
You know
too,
what I'm
man.
saying?
They can
All
follow you
right,
on
bro.
Instagram and Twitter at tech underscore.
Yeah. Yeah. On Instagram, TEC underscore, on Twitter, tech underscore Luwak. You heard me? So yeah, go fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, man. You know, just believe in yourself and everybody else gonna believe, that type of shit, man. Keep going for sure. All love, bro.
All love, man. Take care, stay
All right.
safe, and you're always welcome on the show, man. We'll tap in soon.
Bet. I'll be back. Bet.
Absolutely, man. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day, man.
For sure. You
Yeah.
too, bro.
Peace out.